Hey guys, thank you for joining me on this wonderful Hong Kong morning here in Yau Ma Tei. And this neighborhood is one of my favorites in the city. And I know I always say that, but it truly is. You're in the heart of Kowloon, you're on Nathan Road, you're on the MTR. This is one of the most prominent MTR stations. Yet this neighborhood kind of hasn't been gentrified like a lot of main city neighborhoods. Now, one of the reasons for that is that this neighborhood definitely ain't the richest. In fact, it's probably one of the most deprived in Hong Kong. However, with that note of poverty, you kind of get a lot of bohemian culture and a lot of old school independent culture that kind of still exists. So we're here, and on this trip we're going to stay overnight so we can get a real good feel of the neighborhood and what it's like to exist here. And we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to see some old school culture like we usually do in these videos, but we're going to throw in a bit of this artsy culture as well. So enjoy it. I certainly am going to. I'm really buzzing to be here. This is amazing. However, it's about breakfast time and I'm starving, but I know just where to go. So let's go and get some breakfast. Let's do it. Okay guys, so we just got here in Tai On coffee shop. This used to be a Cha Chan Teng, like a proper authentic one. I think it opened in like the 50s or 60s, and they have reopened it, refurbed it. So it's kind of new, and it's got a new, almost Instagrammable ambience to it. You know, you got a lot of memorabilia and all that stuff. However, it's firmly rooted in like that Cha Chan Teng tradition. So it's kind of like a modern, old school kind of fusion. I've heard that the drinks and the dishes reflect that. So I've been wanting to check this spot out for quite a while actually. I'm going to get some beef satay noodles for breakfast, and yeah, let's just kind of see how this place is. First stop in Yau Ma Tei. So the food's come. We've got some beef satay noodles, and these things look absolutely great. Let's have a try. Oh, I'm so hungry. Really good, perfect Hong Kong breakfast food. Kind of a level up from the quality of like your bog standard, really down to earth Cha Chan Teng. It's quite nice. You can tell it's kind of built for the Instagram crowd a little bit more. Pretty authentic. You just don't feel like you're gonna have a stroke after it, which is great. And the sets also come with bread or a little pineapple bun. I've gone for toast here with some egg. Perfect. Can't beat toast in the morning. And I also got a Yin Young latte. And Yin Young, as you guys know, if you watch the channel, because we've had one of these before, Yin Young is coffee and tea mixed, and this is done latte style. And I mean, you know, you can't get more hip and Instagrammer, still with a foot firmly rooted in Hong Kong culture than that. And it kind of sums the place up. Yeah, really nice. Great place to have breakfast.
Island, Kowloon side, you know, Victoria Place and 長洲嗰邊嚟到係啦，咁啊可以買嘅。Exhibition 我哋去到6分。
Here?
Yes. It's his first time here to hold the exhibition. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, he's very well.
Oh wow, yep. So there's all the neighbourhoods on these cards. There's Tun Mun, Yuen Long, Chung Wan, Mong Kok, Yau Ma Tei, there we are, representing. And yeah, there's this artist, and they've got a...
You guys live in
Causeway Bay, yeah, Causeway Bay. That we identify as Causeway Bay, if anything.
Connected.
Yeah, that's our neighbourhood. All right, thank you very much. Cheers. Yep, so you heard it there, guys. You know, not just a cafe, but it's kind of got like some art stuff going on. And this local artist who's, you know, doing all these postcards, you know, particular to a lot of the neighbourhoods in Hong Kong. So I suppose, yeah, it just goes to show you kind of got that food that vibe, that old school vibe, the Cha Chan Teng, but it's mixed in with art. This is Bohemian, this is Yau Ma Tei. Just feels alive, It's alive with culture. Let's go and explore some more. Okay guys, so onward and upward after our artsy, foodie first stop in Yau Ma Tei there. And it's a beautiful day, the sun's coming out. The coffee shops are all starting to open now, the place is getting a bit more lively. Speaking of which, we have a great little coffee shop here. Seems like a lot of the kids are loving it. Next part of the neighborhood that we're going to check out is very historical. Of course, as with any of the neighborhoods in Hong Kong, there is signs of new development around here. It's not just all these 1950s, 1960s, possibly even earlier builds. You do get gleaming skyscrapers, of course. And, with this being Western Kowloon, you are overlooked by the tallest building there in Hong Kong, the ICC. That's on the tip of West Kowloon, the actual neighborhood called West Kowloon. And then obviously you've got all these modern developments in the foreground here. So yeah, I suppose as with anywhere in Hong Kong, it's a mixture, it's a mixture of old and new. Now, granted, this neighborhood, there's a little bit more old than new, which is one of the reasons I love it so much. But, 21st century development definitely exists here. There's definitely a bit of a burnish, a bit of a sheen on all of this realness. Yau Ma Tei. All right, so we've reached the next stop on our Yau Ma Tei tour, and this is, I suppose you're in the center of the historical part of Yau Ma Tei here. You've got the old theater and the fruit market and the police station not far off here, which I'll show you guys in a minute. But right now we're on Shanghai Street, and Shanghai Street is a street of note in Yau Ma Tei because it's the kitchenware street. It's where you come for any of your kitchen needs. I'm talking knives, chopping boards, scales, sieves, anything. And it's where a lot of the top chefs and big restaurant groups come for all the stuff to kit out the kitchens. And I find it really interesting because in the West, we don't really have this kind of thing where, entire streets and city blocks, even sometimes neighborhoods, are kind of like dedicated to one industry. And it happens not just in Hong Kong. I see similarities in Japan, in Osaka, Doyosugi, in Namba, southern Namba. That's an area where all the kitchenware is. And is it Kappabashi, the neighborhood in Tokyo, Tokyo's Kitchen, in northern Tokyo, I think that's another neighborhood. So this is Hong Kong's version, Shanghai Street. And yeah, there are just a ton of kitchenware places and things for you to buy and see. And some cool locals too. Yeah, let's check it out. So yeah, you got everything one's heart could desire for a chef. You got knives there. You got what are these? Are these, I don't know, multi-layered pots? You got the skillets. You got bowls. You got everything. So much in here. You got shot glasses, wine glasses, glasses of any description, and you can imagine that it's all probably at a very nice price. They probably sell them at wholesale prices, I should imagine. Meat cleavers, look at it. Just a world of, I bet many chefs have come in here and never found their way out. Amazing though, yeah, it's quite something. There's just absolutely tons of stuff. Elements even, are those elements? Yeah, elements for cooking tops. Yeah, really cool. And this is just one shop. There's, I don't know, what, 20, 30, 50? I don't know. So many shops on this one street. So yeah, as you guys can see, there's just so much around here. And it kind of perplexes my little brain. Because I feel like in the West, this just doesn't happen where you get entire blocks, entire city streets dedicated to one industry like you do in Asia. Like I mentioned before, it happens in Japan, it happens definitely here in Hong Kong, and I'm sure elsewhere in the region. So why do companies all stick together? Why do you get these kinds of neighborhoods here? I'm dying to know. Is it when you get a certain population density, it kind of makes sense for really big cities for this to happen, where companies will all band together in one neighborhood historically and then stay there? Maybe the downside of the competition is outweighed by the convenience of everybody being together, so it attracts customers. I don't know, But I'm going to be honest, this is the type of thing that I lie awake at night thinking about. So if anybody knows the social science, I suppose you'd say, behind this East Asian phenomenon, please let me know and put me out of my misery, because I'm dying to know. Okay, anyway, we're going to move onward and sideward to some more historical sites here in Yau Ma Tei. We're going to take you to the fruit market. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is Reclamation Street, and there's a lot to this name. It's called Reclamation Street because all this land, basically, which way are we going there? West at this point is all reclaimed. This used to be the ocean, basically, or definitely the seashore. So yeah, all this is reclaimed land, and this market here that we're at is a relatively famous Yau Ma Tei fruit market. It's been here for decades, and it used to be a lot bigger. It's a wholesale fruit market. It's featured in a few films as well that I'm not particularly familiar with. Oh yeah, and I said I'd show you guys the Yau Ma Tei Theatre, which is this. I believe it's one of the oldest theatres, if not the oldest theatre in Hong Kong, pre-World War II. I'll be honest, it's not really my thing. I'm not into Peking opera, Cantonese opera, and I feel like a lot of that is shown there, a lot of the traditional arts, which I'm definitely not quite cultured enough to get yet. But anyway, let's head into this fruit market and yeah, just get a taste of it. I ain't gonna buy anything because fruit's heavy and I've just eaten, but we can definitely go and check out the vibes. Let's do it. I mean, yeah, you can just see, pretty busy. Pretty busy. So much fruit, oh my God. Wow. Fruit of every description, tropical fruits everywhere. Melons, oranges, apples, dragon fruit, cherries, tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, vegetables, gourds, squashes. Oh, she's spraying the stuff there, keeping it hydrated. Some bartering going on. I like to see that. The spirit of Hong Kong alive and well here at the Yau Ma Tei fruit market. Blueberries. I mean, yeah, anything you could want. Anything you could want. Look at it. And I'll tell you what, honestly, look at it. It looks absolutely beautiful, some of it. And it looks like it is for a pretty nice price as well, you know, not bad at all. I'm going to bring the wife here later, much later though, because I do not want to be carrying fruit around, and I know she's going to be tempted to buy a lot. So I'm going to do it maybe tonight when we can just stash it in the hotel room. But yeah, just good looking fruit. It's a complete vestige of old Hong Kong. And another historical gem here in Yau Ma Tei that we're walking up on is the Yau Ma Tei police station. And this is special. It was built in 1922, so it's one of the relics of British Hong Kong. It's British Edwardian architecture. It's one of the oldest police stations in the city. It's a Grade 2 listed building. And it's nice because it's a nice change. A lot of the police stations in Hong Kong, as they are everywhere these days, they're these pedestrian municipal buildings that were built in, like, I don't know, the 70s, 80s, 90s. They're boring, meh. Whereas this, it's relatively nicely preserved. It's stood here for, you know, over 100 years now. So very nice. It's very cool to see it. And this is the first time I've actually seen it in the flesh. It's quite impressive. I think we can get it. Flashing green man. We can do it. We've cleared it. Great stuff. Okay, so now just a short walk from the old police station. We're coming up on definitely one of the most beautiful attractions in the area, and that is the Yau Ma Tei Hau Temple. And as you guys know, or maybe you know, maybe you don't, the most famous street in these parts is Temple Street. And guess where Temple Street gets its name from? It is this temple, which is in the center of Temple Street. Temple Street runs to the south, has a break here, and then it runs to the north over there a little bit. So the Yau Ma Tei Temple They think it was built in 1864 or 1865. This used to be on the waterfront because Tin Hau is the goddess of the sea. So obviously the land has been reclaimed. Now it is about 1 kilometre, possibly even more, to the ocean over there. So it's really a testament, this entire area, to the transformation of the neighbourhood geographically, physically, over the decades and the centuries. And I mean, the building itself, in my opinion, it's beautiful. It's one of the more beautiful temples in Hong Kong, super rustic. And I think you can go inside, so we're gonna go and check it out. But yeah, this is the epicenter. And I also like the setting that it's in. You know, you got this kind of shady courtyard, shady in more ways than one come nighttime. There's a lot of interesting characters hanging around here. But in the daytime, you know, literally shady. You got all the banyan trees, and it's a few degrees cooler. You know, you're out of the heat of the day, and it just makes for a little tiny slice of serenity in the middle of all this chaos. So let's go and check it out. It's beautiful. Alright guys, so we've seen the temple and now it's lunchtime and I'm starving after a morning walking around this hood. So we're gonna make lunch a little bit of a multicultural, I suppose an international experience. We're going to a Nepalese restaurant called Manakamana. And it's one of my favourite places to go in this neighbourhood. I always come up here. They do some of the best momos in town. Now, Nepalese, does it have a place in Hong Kong, you might ask? Well, yeah. The British Army, back in the day in World War II, they employed a lot of Gurkha Nepalese soldiers. They were called Gurkhas. And then after the war was over, after the Japanese invasion, etc., etc., a lot of that population stayed and they settled in this neighbourhood, Yau Ma Tei / Jordan. And obviously with the population comes the restaurants, and there are a few restaurants here, a few Nepalese restaurants, but in my opinion, Manakamana, you know, it's definitely one of my favourites. So we're going to go in there now, get some momos, and introduce you guys to a hidden gem of Yau Ma Tei. This is Temple Street's finest food by day. Or it's definitely up there because there are a lot of restaurants on here, but it's up there, it's up there. Let's go and do it. Momos, baby. Okay guys, so we've just ordered a thali, which is a plate, and these guys are known for a plate. It has like curry, rice, vegetables on it. It's kind of like just a platter, and these guys are very famous for that, as well as their momos, which we've also ordered. You can get steamed and fried, and we've gone half and half, 5 of each, so they should be yum. And then we've got some pani puri, which is kind of like fried something with kind of something in it. I'm not really sure, but it's damn delicious. So that's what we're going to get, and a much needed refreshment because it's about 1,000,000 degrees out there, and yeah, I'm sweaty and I've lost a lot of water, so time to hydrate, time to fuel up. And I just love this place, like, because it's so serene. It feels like you're kind of in the Himalayas, right? It's really authentic. You got this like folksy music playing. Really quiet. Notice I'm being really quiet in it because it's basically silent apart from me yapping right now. Really peaceful, really serene. You feel like you're in the mountains, especially with that AC. Okay, so we've got the pani puri first, the fried stuff, and it comes with this kind of this cold broth. And I'll be honest, I'm such an amateur when it comes to Nepalese food, but I'm guessing you pour this in, and then it's just it's kind of a garnish, I suppose, that you just kind of drizzle on it like this. Oh, it's like a work of art. You've got all these little bowls just round the table, and then you can dig in. I'm gonna get this one. Boom. Let's see how this is. I'm starving. I spilled it everywhere. So good. I have no idea what you're eating. Oh, you put it all in?
Yeah, one by one.
One by one?
Otherwise it will be soggy, right? So,
Oh. And then do you do it with a spoon?
yeah.
What?
With hands.
With hands?
Yes.
Got it. Amazing. Look at that. I've been told how to eat them now, right? So you do it in one bite and you do the drizzle in one by one. Otherwise they all get soggy. So let's do it with this little one because I'm starting out. So you put the mint water in like this. This is the first time I've been told how to eat pani puri. I've been failing for literally years. Okay, so it's all in there now. Full of this mint water with your hand as well, the lady said. And then pop it in all in one bite. Let's do this. Revelations. Really refreshing. There's a cold snack. Get the crisp of the, this fried skin, the flavour of all that's inside, and then that mint water just cools it down. So good. I feel like I'm on the top of a mountain right now. Namaste. Okay. Let's start on the momos now. They've just been delivered to us. We've got half fried, half steamed. I'm going to try, what should I try first? I'm going to try a fried one. And then dip, obviously, in this sauce. Dip it in there. Amazing. Look at that. Good momo. A little hot. That's really good. As good as always. And then we'll go with the steamed, which are obviously a lot softer. You ain't got that crisp that you get on the skin with the fried stuff. Yeah, I'm absolutely destroying this one. And we'll get some of the dippy sauce there and so good. I feel like momos don't get enough representation. They're like some of the best dumplings. They're so good. They're just such a simple tasting snack, but I feel like there's so much that goes into them. There's some chicken in there mixed with some veg. Really nice combination. Yummy. Okay, and then last but not least, the thali, however you pronounce it. And this is basically a plate. As I said, you got vegetables, curry. We've gone for rice. You can get naan bread or roti. And then you've got some kind of like soupy stew, vegetable-based stuff. So yeah, it looks great. I mean, what a kind of a spectrum of Nepalese food we've had here. Super nice. And as I say, it's just kind of something that you wouldn't expect in Hong Kong, but that you definitely get. And, you know, Hong Kong has great Nepalese food. So good. Just get that in the curry there. We ended up getting vegetable just because, I don't know, we're clean living people and we didn't want an overload of meat. Amazing. Let's check this veg. Warm, nice. It's got a little bit of wok, that. Is that just me? Has that been like woked? Everything together? Can I mix the curry as well or no? Right, perfect, thank you. I'm being instructed again. Right, so the dal, you put this dal, which is the curry, and you put that on your rice. And then that's how you do it. Look at that. Amazing. Oh yeah, that looks better. Oh my gosh, that looks incredible. So nice. Oh my god. So good. The green beans? Yeah. Yeah. God, I'll tell you what, it just tastes really healthy. Really good. You know, I feel like my body likes me for eating this. Guilt-free, indulgent food, if that makes sense. Good.
That is on the. Actually, this restaurant was been established in 1997.
1997.
We are running almost
14 years. Right. Wow. So are you from Nepal originally? Right. Wow. Your parents?
Yes.
Yeah. Did your dad happen to be a Gurkha?
No, my father-in-law
Was a Gurkha.
Yeah, so I was dependent on my father.
And did you learn to cook Nepalese food off your mother, your father?
Actually, yeah, this is kind of family business.
Yeah.
So my husband, everything we.
Amazing. Well, you guys are doing a great job. Very delicious. So there you have it. That's Sanita. She's the owner of this place, and what a lovely lady. Very nice. Recommend it. And Manakamana is actually the name of a spiritual, very famous temple in the Himalayas, so they've named it after that. And my God, it's apt because the food is divine, heavenly. Bye. Thank you. Take care. Thank you. Wonderful. Yeah, thank you. Delicious. Okay guys, so it's time to head to our hotel and we're going to stick around there, maybe grab an hour's respite before we go out and see Yau Ma Tei / Jordan by night, which I can tell you is totally different vibes. So let's check in and have a bit of a rest, get over the heat of the day. We're staying in a place tonight called the Tung Nam Lao Boutique Hotel, and it's kind of artistic. It's supposed to have rooms that are designed by local artists. So I think that's its kind of special, unique selling point. It kind of integrates, Hong Kong artistic, bohemian, historical culture into this little boutique hotel. So it's perfect. So we'll check in now, and can't wait to get settled. I'll see you up in the room. We just checked in, and the room is lovely, really nice. We've got a nice big bed, and what I especially like about this room, it's modern, but it's also got like really old Hong Kong style little touches to it. You got a little bird cage, which is obviously synonymous with Hong Kong. You got an old school phone, a really old school, like almost British colonial style armchair. So yeah, again, it's just that whole thing about Yau Ma Tei. It captures it. It's artistic. It's kind of got like the Instagram vibe going, but then it's also got a lot of very old school Hong Kong to it. So it's really cool. And the view from the window is pretty insane too, which I can't complain about. Check this out. All right guys, so we've been to the hotel, we've had a turnaround, and now it's nighttime in Yau Ma Tei, and we are heading to Temple Street. It's different by night. Round here, just after the temple, as you can hear, there's a lot of music, and it's where you get pop singers or amateur pop singers that come and sing karaoke and perform, and some of them draw crowds. I mean, it's a little bit, it's a bit early yet, so the crowds haven't come. But the first few guys are out here. But yeah, like I said, you get some that sometimes get like, they'll get a few dozen people like gathered around here. It's really cool. And then this is a pretty famous example in Hong Kong of neon. Now, neon used to be everywhere in the city, but in recent decades, it's slowly dwindling because of a number of reasons. Number one, I think the government are pretty strict on regulations, which mean it's not really worth having it for a lot of businesses. Also, it's hard to repair. A lot easier and a lot cheaper option these days is LED, but it's just not the same. It hits different LED than this. Neon is like the king, and these guys are famous for being one of the kind of last strongholds of it. It must be one of the bigger neon displays in Hong Kong that's existing now. Really sad, it's yet another part of Hong Kong's history, something that once it was synonymous with that is dying out, but these guys, they refuse to go down without a fight. Very cool. And we've finally made it to Temple Street, and we're going to probably eat on Temple Street tonight or around here. It's totally different at night. The night market is alive and well. It kind of went really quiet during COVID, but it seems to be back relatively, back to how it probably was quite a few years ago before COVID. I mean, I'll be honest, it's not my favorite. It's a lot of stalls selling tap, essentially. There's a few good things to be had here, but it's not somewhere I would personally spend a lot of my money. But you know, if you are a tourist in Hong Kong, it is a pretty cool experience all the same, you know, and just the atmosphere of it, you know. It's one of Hong Kong's last night markets, I believe the biggest. And you know, Temple Street's world famous, and this is it. This is the world famous Temple Street. So we're going to walk ahead a little bit, and we're going to get to some food places once the stalls kind of start petering out a little bit, and then we'll eat and we'll get the night going. Let's do this. So yeah, we've picked this spot. It seems like this is the place to be on Temple Street at the moment. It used to be a little bit further down there, but we just went and it's kind of dead. This place seems to have really grown in popularity. I mean, it's packed. So we're in line. There's a fair few people before us, but we're hoping it doesn't take that long. So stay tuned, and yeah, I'll get back in touch with you guys when we get to sit down. Let's do this. Getting hungry. Okay guys, so we've sat down. That did not take long at all. What did that take? About 10 minutes? I love that about Hong Kong, especially around this area. The line looks horrendous, right? And it's like, you take a deep breath and you sit down, and then you're never in line for long, I suppose because of the density and how big these places are. Sure, there's a few people in front of you, but people are leaving all the time because there are that many seats. So we're in it now. We're sat inside this like little metal circus tent, and there's just so much energy here. It's Saturday night, epic. This is like peak time, it must be. It's absolutely packed. The atmosphere is incredible. I love this. So we're about to order. We're at Wing Fat Seafood. We're going to order some seafood. I think we're looking at razor clams, scallops, maybe some specialty shrimp, some vegetables. So we'll just have a broad spectrum and just have like, you know, a quintessential Hong Kong Dai Pai Dong style nighttime street food feast. That's what it's all about. Can't wait. Oh wow. Oh wow. Thank you. The scallops have arrived and they look choice. Let's just dig in one by one. We're just going to dig in because it looks so damn good. Now, how can we describe these? They've got these see-through noodles, right? This vermicelli. They're garnished with chives or at least spring onion. And what is this? Garlic. It's like kind of sauteed garlic, right? Breadcrumbs maybe in there. This kind of delicious mix. So let's dig in. I mean, I'm going to get this with my chopstick. Just incredible. Very common dish in Hong Kong. You know, this is nothing special as far as that, but will it prove to be a special version of it? Let's see. All that concoction. Truly good. Nice. The flavour is like off the charts. You've got the garlic, you've got the chives, you've got the saltiness of that soy sauce, and then you've got the seafood flavour. Really nice. It's just kind of like there's a lot going on with that dish. It is very good. Pretty well executed, yeah. Pretty well executed. No, these guys aren't playing around. Not playing around. There's a reason they're popular. Atmosphere, good seafood. I'm not going to say good beer, but beer that complements everything quite well. What more can you want? This is Hong Kong Street Food 101. You know, and this is the epicenter of it. Yau Ma Tei, Jordan, Temple Street. Thank you. Right. Razor clams have arrived. These look great. Razor clams in black bean sauce, to be specific. It seems like they've been fried out of the shell, which is great. I always prefer that. It's always a little bit time consuming trying to delicately get razor clams out of shells, but we've got some green pepper in here, bit of red pepper, which I'm going to be careful of, but I'm just going to have it in there for flavour. You've got the black bean sauce, onions, really good. Hi. Yeah, finished. Thank you. So these are the mantis shrimps. They're huge. They look like something off Alien. They look like they could be absolutely incredible. I'm an optimist. I'm a food optimist, as you guys know. What do you even do with these? Oh my god. I swear to God, this is literally... It's literally the biggest prawn shrimp I've ever seen. They're big. These are big animals. What the hell do you do? I need help with this. Do you have to do this manually? Is that what you got to do? What do you reckon? Got to be honest, I'm struggling. These are tough animals. They've got a lot of this exoskeleton. Jesus Christ. They look out of this world. And they're out of this world, difficult to peel. Right, go on, I'm giving them to the wife. The expert, go. Okay, so, mantis shrimp. Tell you what, that was an ordeal. Look at all that tissue. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Meat to exoskeleton, 2 to 10. Peelability, 1 out of 10. And the taste, meh out of 10. So there's a first time for everything. Being an Epicurean and being into food, it's a journey, folks. And there are some twists and turns, and they ain't always good. What this does do is give us a bit of a silver lining, because it means that we get to order more, because I'm far from full. So let's order some more here. The atmosphere is really heating up right now. And honestly, I just want to stay. So let's order some more. Oh my gosh, these look amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Try it.
Thank you. Definitely will try it. We got the garlic shrimp, and this is the last dish of the night. You've got that the same garlic thing that was on the scallops, and you've got these chives. Yeah, there again. That's really good. Yeah, great vibes. Don't get ahead of yourself and order what you know, and you're going to be fine. You're going to have a great time. Drink some beer, eat some good food. Hong Kong at its best. What more can you want? Tai On. Morning guys, day 2 in Yau Ma Tei, and I'll tell you what, it's such a pleasure to wake up just surrounded by the bustle. I love waking up in this part of the city, just surrounded by this frenetic buzz. Really cool, I'm loving it. So yeah, we've had a nice relaxing morning in the hotel room, and now we're going to head for brunch at a apparently really cool spot that's a little bit artsy, you know, hip. So we're going to go there. And then, yeah, that'll conclude our time here. So now let's get to where we're going. Hopefully enjoy some really cool food in a really cool atmosphere. Let's do it. Okay, guys, so we are coming up on a destination for brunch. And as you can see, we've kind of come into like the middle of like a housing complex. Like it's pretty quiet for Yau Ma Tei. You know, you're really off the main roads here. It's kind of peaceful, and then just like that, bam, you hit this Cinematheque, Broadway Cinematheque, which is an art house indie cinema. And then if you walk through the little Cinematheque, then you come into Kubrick, which I've read about on the internet. This is the place. It's this super hipster cafe. It's a cafe that doubles as a bookshop, and it's, yeah, really cool. Good vibes. You've got the arty types in here pontificating about the work of Dali, postmodernist theory, brutalist architecture, the New World Order, educating themselves on the fuel for the mind. Very cool. So yeah, and obviously it's known for food as well because it's a cafe. So another hidden gem that you just would not find this, right? If you were just walking around Yau Ma Tei without being in the know, there is no way you would find this gem. In the midst of, you know, I suppose the deprivation, the kind of poverty that you see on the street, the kind of the rough and ready nature of the neighborhood, you know, you just walk a couple of blocks in and, you know, you can come to a hidden hipster gem like this, and the hipster in me is going crazy right now. This is like an 11 on the hipster scale. I don't want to offend any hipsters, but it's true, I stand by it. Very cool though. Very pleasant to be in here. You got the soft little guitar music making for, you know, a really nice, tasteful ambience. It's relaxing. I'm very relaxed in here. I feel zen. I feel at one with myself. I feel at one with Hong Kong. I feel at one with Yau Ma Tei. Let's go and eat. All right, guys. So I've got my Eggs Benedict, healthy Western brunch choice. I've got a cafe latte. Yeah, and as I said, the vibes in here are really cool. Really nice. So yeah, we'll dig in and yeah, just soak up the vibes, and then I think that'll bring our time in Yau Ma Tei to the end. So thank you for watching as always. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. In fact, let's see how this is first. Oh yeah. Salmon Eggs Benedict. Boom. Look at that. Oh yeah. Really good, guys. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.